Lucky Boys Podcast.
Sponsorships are so complicated. So many meetings and so many contracts to read and just things you have to hit. I bet day-to-day operations, that man is not getting a lot of rest.
Now, do you have a lawyer look at all of that stuff?
My managers take care of that.
You know your manager's not making an error.
I don't. I have to trust them almost
That's
blindly.
a lot of trust.
But yeah, that is a lot of trust. But they have reputation, and from knowing them, working with them for this long, I'm comfortable. I can say, yeah, I've made friends with them, and I very, very much appreciate what they've brought me so far.
Cool.
So yeah, from there, yeah, I definitely do trust them. Yeah.
You never look at it like some funny accounting, like what's going on here?
Oh, not necessarily. Well, don't go with dodgy, companies or.
Because I hear a lot of horror stories where all of a sudden that 10 to 15% cut that they were supposed to get turned into like a 50% cut.
Bruh, that's exactly what I'm talking. Bro, I can't name the studio, but as many studios came up to me, and 2 or 3 of them were just cons. And what's worse is they're at the top of the industry.
So they were just trying to lock you in a really self-defeating contract,
yeah.
like a slave contract?
They were...
Where they own you.
Yes, where they own you. And they're not small by any... They're literally representing billions of views per month. They're representing the biggest creators on the platform. My personal friends in the community scene, the comedy sketches, they're representing them. And they say, bruh, they do nothing. All they do is take your money, and they don't bring you a thing in return. And so, yes, there are companies that are not moral.
Where they're snakes.
Sleeks.
And it doesn't have to be like small companies. It's
in fact
usually the big
the
boys.
biggest, top.
It goes back to what Koss was saying when we had him on the podcast, when he's doing a documentary and they wanted to do a movie about his life. He's someone who was, I guess, like a teenage kingpin drug dealer. Vice did this whole thing on him, right?
Yeah.
And that's how actually we found out about him. And Norm said he bumped into him in the street. I was like, oh, ask him to be on a podcast.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So that's how we got him on. But
nice.
When he was on, he said that he was doing a deal with a major studio, and when he looked at the contract, they basically wanted to own him for the rest of his life.
Dude, that's
So
They own his name.
Yeah.
If he sold T-shirts, they would own that. If he opened a gym, they would own that. If he did anything that had monetary value, they would get a large portion of the cut.
Oh yeah.
And they needed permission. He needed permission.
to do anything like.
Anything.
Jeez, that's bad.
He didn't own himself anymore, and he goes, "Hell no!" He goes, "I'm not doing that deal."
Yeah.
That's a deal with the devil.
And that's the biggest companies in the entertainment industry. Like, yeah, it's scary. I don't want to say anything bad about any of them. I love Disney. Hire me, please. I don't want to say anything
we didn't
bad.
mention
Disney.
any negative
no
things
names.
about. We
No
didn't
names.
attach a name to anyone.
Of course, right.
So I wouldn't do that unless it was firsthand. And I'm like, you know what? You know what y'all did to me? You know,
I'm gonna shine some light on this today.
But I wouldn't do it if it wasn't, because it's not fair, right? And it wouldn't be fair for the listeners because I can't verify that. And
true, of course.
And I'll regurgitate everything someone else told me, and maybe it wasn't maybe it was a fair deal. Maybe they just felt salty about something else, and they just twisted the story.
Right. So you don't want to give misinformation.
Right. I don't know that. So yeah, I don't want to do that to anyone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that. They did that to me. So
right. Yeah.
And that has been done to me in a weird way.
Oof. Did
In a
they
weird
name
way.
you?
They tried.
And all?
They tried.
They tried.
And I think it was like, all right, try to get someone that
then
cares.
hit the backhand and boom.
Yeah.
It's just strange when people try to character assassinate or get you canceled.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, where they try to create something out of nothing, or they search for something. But right now we're too small. But if we were, at that level of millions of views and subscribers, somebody's going to look at us and go, well, how do I fuck up their day? Like,
Dude,
or I don't
trouble.
like this one. Or maybe it could be someone you knew and go, you know what? Let me try to find some dirt. I don't like the fact that
out of jealousy or
these
envy,
guys,
right?
maybe they feel like, hey, I don't crab in a bucket kind of deal. Like, hey, you're going out the bucket.
They got to push you down.
Lucky Boys Podcast.